Okay, hi, welcome back to what I believe is the final episode of Alan Wake 2. There is also the DLCs. The DLCs aren't out yet though, so main game wise, I believe that this is the final episode. We are on Return 9. We are as Saga in the Dark Place. Now, I've been very frustrated and angry in the last few parts for a multitude of reasons. I'm hoping that this one is nice and smooth. I'm still so mad about Alice, so I had anyway, Return 9. This is so different compared to when Alan was in the Dark Place, actually.
Hello?
It's me again. You need to go to the statue.
This is
Parliament Tower
Alice.
Plaza. To make your ending come true, you will need what's inside the shoebox there.
Alice Wake. Oh my god. Wait, that was a memorial for her.
Shoebox? Who is this?
Damn. Just hung up. Okay. Oh. I never even realized that. Tim. Where is he? Oh, Tim!
Agent Anderson. Is that really you?
Yeah.
Sorry, this place likes to play tricks.
Sheriff Breaker?
Oh.
What happened to you?
Where are my
How
guns?
did you end up in the dark place?
I was brought here. Snatched away from the morgue by a man named Orland Dorr. Been trying to piece it together for... Well, it feels like a long time now.
I need to get to Parliament Tower Plaza. Do you have any idea where it is?
This place, it's like trying to find your way around in a dream. I've been trying to map it, but it keeps looping, shifting. Like there were many versions stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
There is a page.
That was mentioned in
Describes
Control.
Dorr finding his way through this place. I tried to follow the steps, but no luck.
Who is this Dorr person?
He's here. Somewhere. I've been seeing his face in my dreams for years. This whole thing is insane. But he is much more than he seems. He's connected to all of this.
Can I see that page, Tim?
Of course. In fact, it's the page I tried to give you back in the morgue in Bright Falls. Huh. Now that I think about it, maybe Dorr brought me here to keep you from reading it.
Ooh.
Here. I'm gonna keep looking for Dorr. The closer I get, the closer I feel to waking up. I need to find the man behind the curtain.
Orland Dorr walked across the rain-slicked tiles of Caldera Street Plaza. He stopped at the door to the construction yard. A poster for his talk show hung there. He stepped through, willing it to take him to Parliament Tower Plaza.
I know what I need to do. The door to Parliament Tower Plaza was at the construction yard.
Okay. Wait, what one was that? Oh, I never turned on MSI? Yeah.
Orland Dorr walked across the rain-slicked tiles of Caldera Street Plaza. The rain didn't seem to touch him. He sensed his steps were being observed, documented into the story. He
Ooh.
allowed it, this one time for this one reason, to be passed on by his unwilling disciple, to read at the right time. The ocean that was the dark place took the shape of New York City, drawn for the mind of Alan Wake. In part for the writer to navigate his prison, in part to torment him as he struggled to find his way out. Dorr was not bound by the rules as Wake was. He came and went as he pleased. For now, Dorr entertained the writer's fantasy, for a purpose known only to him. At the edge of the plaza, he stopped at the door to the construction yard. A poster for his talk show hung there, another part of Wake's fiction. He stepped through, willing it to take him to Parliament Tower Plaza.
Okay.
This is the first time I've seen a page about Warlindor. Who is he?
A door that stands between two rooms is in both. A door that can lead anywhere is everywhere. That door is the center. He governs the currents of reality.
With all the powers mixed up in this, it's hard to know who's playing who. Opening too many doors. This isn't important right now. I can look into it later. The page describes him moving through the door. How can I do that?
The dark place has many faces and many names. It is a mirror, reflecting all possible realities. The family of doors have the power to shift between these realities, here and elsewhere.
That reminds me of what
Find a
happens
way
in
to
the
navigate through this nightmare.
Artie's maze.
Maybe I can find a way to get back home.
Okay. Find the door to the construction yard. I don't know where that is. I don't have a map either. Great. You say you're gonna look for him and you just sit there. Oh! It's there. Okay. But it looks different now. Are you gonna take a train? No. Yeah. No. No. Cool. Through here? No. Through here? No. Sure not through there? Okay. Oh, through here.
I made it. I need to get up to the street and find that statue.
You let me drown! You pushed me!
Enough already.
So what, we were just in a different... Oh, there are different versions, of course, yeah.
There's the shoebox.
The clicker!
The clicker.
And a bullet of
And
light.
some kind of bullet. Shining with light. How did the clicker get here from Washington?
What the hell? Just get to Parliament, just get in there. Why can't I get in? Escape? How do I escape? Do I go back down? Supplies? Nice. I'm getting a lot of stuff.
I wish that you weren't my mom! I hate you!
Oh, come on! He moved too quick! Okay, just one more. I don't even have any health.
The phone again.
They both do that.
Yes?
They kind of hesitate to
Hello?
answer the phone.
You don't know me, but you need to listen.
Hold on. How did you know the clicker would be there?
This is important. Alan's lost. He doesn't have the ending. He needs your help to finish the story.
How am I supposed to help him from here?
Surely the phones aren't actually that big. It looks a bit disproportionate. I won't
Okay.
lie.
I'm in the dark place. Wake is in Washington.
It is Washington.
I could talk to him in overlaps before. My mind place is more powerful than I ever knew. I can try to contact him.
Okay.
Alan. We need to talk about the ending.
Saga, what is this?
My mind place. I've reached out to you like this before. But I understand more about it now.
You see visions too. I used to think they were ideas, inspiration, but they're real. Just like this now. I try to use them to make the story come true.
So this is coming from both of us. Maybe that's how we could communicate in the overlaps. We could use this to stop Scratch.
First, I need the ending.
What's
So
wrong?
there's a problem with the ending?
I don't have the ending.
Did you not read it in the
It
book?
has to be perfect, but I don't have time to figure it out. I don't know what to do. Fuck. I'm so sorry. This whole thing is a fucking mess.
I agree. But we can still figure this out. And what exactly does perfect mean?
The elements of the ending need to come from the story's pre-existing parts. To make matters worse, this is a horror story.
Great.
You don't need to tell me this is a horror story.
Right. The ending has to fit the genre if it's going to work. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters.
There must be a way to bring a hero into the story.
If there is a hero, they will ultimately pay a heavy price.
So the ending has to be earned, set up by the story. You can't build a case without supporting evidence.
That's the only way to make it stick.
Anyway.
I can't let the horror story take Logan and Casey. They were dragged into this. They need to survive. Non-negotiable.
Not just them. We need to try to save
Oh,
everyone.
this is what Alan saw.
I have an idea how to help Casey. He's a real person who I twisted into a character. He isn't my creation, so he isn't a suitable host for the Dark Presence.
It has to be a creation of
I can
his.
write that into the ending to drive that fucking thing out of him.
But then who? It has to go into someone else.
Well, if the ending has to fit the story. This is how I see it. Return is a story about a story that comes true. And I'm a character in the story.
Not just a character.
The
The hero.
Okay, a hero.
So she pays the price.
In any case, I've been through hell to be here. And this is my life. It feels earned to me that I rise above the story and be there to create the ending.
Yes. That's what we're doing. Here, now. We're figuring out the ending I need to write.
This isn't Scratch's ending. But this isn't your ending either. This is our ending. You aren't the only one deciding these things anymore.
You're right. I can't do this alone. Every time I write, things only get worse.
You beat this
Need
thing
an
back in
editor.
2010, Alan. And here you are doing the same again. You're a hero too. We're in this together.
He paid the price of being the hero.
Then let's bring it home.
The ending will have to be dark, no matter what. The more people we save,
That
the
noise.
greater the cost. And the hero
It's
must
getting
pay the
through.
price.
One of the heroes. The scales always need to balance. Fuck it. Let's go with this.
Are you sure?
There's no time for anything better.
Can they not
Scratch
split
could
the
be here
cost
any
between
second.
the two?
Then that's our ending. I have the clicker. I'll find a way to get it to you.
And I'll get the pages down. See you on the other side.
Wait, but then is Alice trapped in the dark place? Because we can hear Alice. So... No way this is how we get back. Oh.
Alan?
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker. And the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I feel like I've always been on this journey. Okay. It must end here, this darkness. What lies under the surface now shifts. A play of shadows catching my eye, thrusting my face into the water. He's here.
How did she get back? It took him 13 years.
And I will see.
KC?
The end. Scratch! Now! A white, searing light of truth that for a flash pierces the shadows and reveals the hidden horror. And in that moment of silence, the whispered message finally heard. Come on, you motherfucker! Come on! Come on! What if there's nothing waiting to be revealed? The play of shadows fool us all, subterfuge to get our price of admission. Darkness not as a monster, but as emptiness. We're none the wiser. No answers, no truths. The hero turns to look inside, is destroyed by what he sees, and is redeemed. Saga said we're both heroes. I'll pay that price. So will she. We are here to kill the monster. I pray nothing comes after this. Nothing but sleep. This is how we win. Is it too easy? What if this is still the dark place? Another dream to wake up from, always coming back to the beginning. The memory of what came before burned away by this terrible realization. Maybe it's a mercy, forgetting. To know nothing when we loop around, back to...
It's always been Alan coming in and doing that.
Is it over? Anderson?
Oh. Oh, Alice.
part is just for you. After the haunting started, I got in touch with an organization that was still looking into what happened in Bright Falls. I went to their offices and...
Did she not actually...
Something happened there. After I got home, I could suddenly remember everything. I remembered being trapped inside that lake.
Wait, did she go to the
That
FBC?
dark ocean with echoes of myself. My fears, my photos. Inside a dark tide of madness. The same events and images looping again and again. And then I saw a light. Your light. You dove in just as I swam out. You never drowned. And you're still there reaching out. That is what the haunting is. I can see you because I've been there too. I chose to come back to the dark place. That is why I put on this exhibition. I had to mislead you. So that I could get you to where you needed to be. The only way out of your loop is destruction or ascension. Light or dark. And we've covered the destruction part
But then
many
why
times
did
over.
Casey mention a
We're
spiral?
getting to the ascension bit by bit. Time means nothing here. You'll still need to go through the loop. But I will keep showing you the images you need to see. The light you need to see. Until you're ready. Ellen, I think we're getting close.
Okay, Alan's not dead.
It's not a loop.
It's a spiral.
It's a spiral.
That's why it keeps going out like that. Oh, okay, so that is actually it. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't know how to feel. I believe that there are 2 DLCs. Let me have a look. Okay, so there are 2. There's Night Springs, which is March to May, and then the second one, which is a lake house, which will release August to October. As far as I'm aware, none are out now. There aren't any release dates or any time frames exactly as to when they're coming out. The first one, spring, summer. The second one, summer to fall. I don't feel very satisfied. I don't... Yeah. So Alan isn't dead. This is just spiral, and it just goes again and again and again. Werewolf Saga. Where's that? Alice didn't die. She is in the dark place again. My emotions are very confused. I don't like what they did with Alice. I get now why they did it with the whole misleading stuff. It's a very sensitive topic for me, and it really kind of hit, and I did not like it. I just didn't like it at all. I want to know if there's any other credits. No, there's not credits. Post credits. That's it. It kind of sounds like Archie. This is way cooler than IT consulting. All in memory of Lance Rederick, Brett Madden, and Sammy Van Hatzelo. The journey through the night continues. I'm guessing that counts as the DLC. Oh, what's the final draft? Wait, what's that? What's the final draft? Is this New Game Plus? Is that what this is? I don't want to do this if it's New Game Plus.
Back to the beginning.
Oh.
With the memory of the past loop already fading fast. But while it lingers, I know there's hope. We're not doomed to repeat our failures in an eternal loop. This is a spiral. A fictional poet once said, "Beyond the shadow you settle for, there is a miracle illuminated. I will not settle for a shadow. I'll find the miracle." through the night.
This is the beginning of the game.
It's not just victims and monsters. I see now there are heroes as well. We can find our way through the darkness. We will break through the surface. We will emerge into the light.
Okay, yeah, I think this is New Game Plus. It's New Game Plus. This is Nightingale. Okay. Okay, yeah. So it is New Game Plus. The only thing is, I had a little look, and the final draft ending is actually different. Apparently, this is the real ending. So Saga comes back.
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker and the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I see it clearly now. This part at least. Okay. We have met here before. Time loops in the dark place. Every choice you make affects everything that comes before and after you make it. He's here. Like it does when you change a detail in a story you're writing.
KC?
Stretch! Now! When the bullet of light blew the darkness out of the crater of my skull, the dark presence was born from the remains, feeding on the horror around it to grow. Influenced me. I was lost in my work. The link was severed when I finished Return, but the dark presence was hungry for more. And I was missing the small part of myself that it had been born from. Alice, love is strange. Even apart, we're still together in our memories. We put each other through hell to set us free. Again and again. Different versions of us. Alice helped me get there, where I needed to be. It has taken so long. The process to change reality is so delicate, to be true in just the right way and still find a way past our flaws. So many drafts, so many photographs, so many lives lived outside of time, an eternity apart on this journey to finally arrive here.
Is it over? Anderson?
That's new. I didn't say that. Will she answer this time? Oh?
Logan? Logan! Are you alright?
I had a terrible nightmare. Can you come home, Mom?
Oh, baby. It's over now. You're alright. I'm here.
So in the New Game
I'm on my
Plus,
way
she
home.
answers the phone.
I love you. She's alright.
he's still alive.
The ending worked. Scratch is gone.
Alice.
At last.
Thank you, my love.
Aw.
And so I return. With me I bear the torch of knowledge, the light, the miracle illuminated, the master of two worlds. No, the master of many worlds.
Wait, so Alice is still trapped in the dark place? What? It is the new ending. They did the same in the original game and they used the new ending as canon. It is the real ending, though the final draft was supposed to show us what happened after Alan got shot and to show us if Logan was alive and free. To free Alan from the spiral he was in. We will see if that's the real ending. Okay. I don't know. But then, like, Alice is still in the dark place. Leaving narrative threads wide open so there could be a connection for points and future entries to build off of. Like to party, but I think you're right about Alan Wake 3. Alan Wake's story has to be told in 3 parts. In literature, this is what is called the hero's journey that starts with departure, the first game, when Alan goes to the unknown. Then there is the initiation, where the hero goes through a transformation or learns something, the spiral and everything in the game, and it ends with the return. The hero comes back to the real world. These 3 stages are hinted in the game. Departure and initiation already written by Alan. He tries to write return. The story did not end there. We may be at the revelation part, death, abyss, rebirth of the journey. Oh yeah, where was Tor and Odin? Tor and Odin leave to save Saga, but she gets out on her own and never asks about them, so what happened to them? Yeah. I don't know how to feel. I have a lot of thoughts, honestly. Let's start with some stuff. So, whilst I did love the songs, one thing that I really wish and I'm really upset about was when we had the Dark, Cruel and Twisted song. I really expected the game just to get like really like, ooh, like dark and twisted and just, But then it kind of didn't. Like, it felt as if it was going to be this huge thematic, I think that's how you say it, shift. And like, whilst the game, yes, was already dark, I expected it to go like, you know, like really, really dark. But it didn't. And it kind of was like, you know, like, it didn't really change at all, which I'm actually really upset about because I thought that was one of the best songs in the game. I had a look and some people didn't like that song, but it was so good. I mean, because I stayed and watched the movie, I figured out that it was the whole spiral thing, which I I kind of knew it, and everyone, like, they weren't realizing. I was like, it's a spiral. Why do they keep saying it's a loop? Because they didn't know, but I did, which is kind of annoying. But anyway, whilst I thought the songs were really cool and they were a really good, like, implementation, and if you are playing, like, the 3 or, like, longer chapters of the game, it would be nice to sit at the end and kind of hear the song and reflect and whatever. But when you're playing, like, so many chapters and you have to, like, wait and hear the song, and the song's sometimes the same every time, it gets a bit boring. It does, which was why I was starting to get really frustrated towards the end. I thought that the chapters were really unbalanced. It's really weird to have a really long chapter and then like a really short chapter, and it just felt like that. So it was like really, really long, and it felt like it was too long, and then it felt like they were too short and stuff was happening, and I didn't really get it. And then you would just constantly listen to the songs, and it was like the same thing with the Mind Place. Alan's wasn't too bad. His writer's room, I don't think his room was that bad because you weren't in it as much. The Mind Place, however, I felt like, especially in the beginning, or like I guess at the end of the last episode, when you were in there for like a good 20 minutes just going back and forth. And a lot of the times, I don't particularly like that. I don't think it's very fun to watch particularly long cutscenes in the game, or when you just like sit there and do nothing. With the profiling thing with Alan, I was even getting a bit like, ugh, because you're just clicking the button watching, and it's like, this is a game, I want to play. It wasn't that bad today in the Mind Place, but there were definitely some parts in the past view where it was getting really on my nerves. The combat, I really didn't like this combat at all. I felt like in the Dark Place, the enemies started moving way too quickly. Like, all of a sudden, I was like, what is going on? They've never done this before. That didn't particularly like that, if I'm going to be honest. And considering, you know, it's a game called Alan Wake, you didn't get a lot of Alan, which is a shame because I love Alan. Don't get me wrong, I loved Saga. I think she was a really cool protagonist, and I think it was really cool to do a dual story. I do kind of wish that, whilst I think it's nice that they gave you the freedom to play the game and play the game however way you wanted it, I think it would have been much better if they just gave you the order and forced you to play it like that. Because, I mean, I think most people switched out anyway between the two, and then there were also times where you were forced to play as that one character, so I don't think it really made sense all that much. Again, I think it was like, I don't know why they gave you like the option, because it doesn't really make sense. I think it would have been much better if they just forced you to play it in a certain way, and I feel like it would have really helped story beat wise too. So yeah, that was an interesting choice. I really would have liked more Alan. I really enjoyed searching the Dark Place. I didn't like the storyboards though. I thought the lighting was cool. I thought moving around the lights and changing the world was really, really cool. It got a bit tricky sometimes when you had to remember who was what and where was what, but I really, really enjoyed that. However, I did not like changing the storyboards because there was a lot of times where I didn't really know what I was doing and I was just pressing buttons and I was just hoping it would work, and I didn't really get a lot of the cold casey stuff. I was just kind of doing it, if that makes sense, which I've mentioned a lot with Alan, which is a shame because I love Alan. But that is it. That is another playthrough down. Now with Alan Wake 2 having finished, I did a poll on whether to do Mafia next or The Witcher 3. I will be playing both, but what one to go next? And surprisingly, Mafia won. I didn't think it would. I was very shocked. But we will do Mafia next, which I'm very excited for. But anyway, I'm gonna leave that there for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you in another series. Okay, bye.